hear me or not? Hello.
Sir, your voice is very low, sir.
What about
Sir, I can't hear your voice, sir.
Okay, so in the last class, you have finished this topic sorting of materials into groups. So we'll classify the materials into different groups based upon the properties or based upon the similarities, right? So based upon the
Yes.
metallic properties, lustrous, hardness, softness. Okay, afterwards we're sorted based upon the different other physical properties like solubility, soluble, insoluble, miscible, immiscible, biogenesy. Next, based upon the opaque, translucent, transparent. Yes or no?
Yes,
So
sir.
roughness, smoothness, luster. So all the things you have done in the last class itself. Conduction of heat. So mode of conduction of heat. It's a conduction
I've done this.
convention and all the things you have done. Any doubts in this topic?
No, sir.
So today we'll start the new topic. Shall we start separation of substance, or we'll go for the light, shadow, and reflection?
Sir,
Light shadows and reflection.
Okay.
Yes,
So we'll finish this topic and we'll go for the topic. Okay. So first, light, shadow, and the reflection. What is the meaning of light?
There are sources of light.
That is the sensation of vision.
Sensation of vision. Okay.
Source of light.
No, I want what is the simple definition for the light?
sir, which
An object which makes light.
Light enables us to see a particular object.
sir, like
No.
Sir,
Any other definition?
the source which helps us
an
to
object which is luminous.
Sir?
Sorry.
Sir, it helps us to see objects.
It helps us to see the.
It is light.
Just simple
Sir, light
definition
is a
for the
form of
light is
energy.
what?
Sir, light is a form of energy.
A beam of particles traveling in the straight line. That is only called as a light, right? Yes or no? It's a beam of particles or beam of a particles travel in the straight path is called as a light. So ray of light means what? A straight thin beam of light from the source to an object is called as a ray of light. Understanding?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So beam of particles is nothing but the beam of photons. Photons means again the positive charged particles. So and we know the different source of light. So again they are classified into two types. One is a luminous objects, the other one is a non-luminous objects. Luminous objects means what? Whichever the object producing the light on their own is called as a luminous object. Non-luminous means what?
It reflects the light of luminous objects.
It does not produce the light of on its own, but it will reflect the light from the luminous objects. It's called as a non-luminous object. Example: moon, planet. Luminous object means already sun, torch, stars.
Yes.
All these are the luminous objects. Then, okay, we have the introduction part about the light. Then what is the meaning of shadow? Then what is the meaning of shadow?
So
Sir, shadow is formed by an opaque object.
A shadow of is a dark patch which is formed by when an obstacle when an obstacle is
Blocked.
placed in a way of
path of light, there is a dark patch. This dark patch is called shadow. Sir, right, sir?
Okay, which objects will create the shadow?
Opaque objects.
Opaque
Opaque
objects,
object.
good. So the human being is opaque object or not?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay.
Sir, transparent and translucent and opaque objects are also obstacles.
Sorry.
Sir, a translucent object is also an obstacle, right?
So if you take the shadow now, just it is an obstacle in the path of light, right? So whenever you
Yes,
place an
sir.
opaque object in the path of light, it will create the shadows. So shadow can be the different shapes based upon the type of the object or the shape of the object. If you keep the circular ball, it will form the circular shadow. If you keep the hand, it will form the shadow of the hand, right? So again, the shape of the shadow will depend upon the type of the object and the shape of the object. So obstacle, which are the object will disturb the or which will prevent the path of light is called as an obstacle, right?
Yes, sir.
So these are the how many? 6 different conditions are there to form a shadow. Right, what are the 6 different points?
Sir?
Yes, sir.
What are the 6 different points?
Sir,
All
these
the
points.
opaque objects seem to form a dark shadow of their own. We need a source of light, an opaque object in the way, and a screen to see a shadow. Screen. This is a surface on which the shadow is found. It may be a butter paper or a simply ground. Shadows give us some information about shapes of objects. The color of the opaque object does not affect the color of the shadow. All the space behind the opaque object up to some distance behind it seems to be filled with the shadow.
Good. So just it explains about the type of object required for the formation of shadow. We need a source of light, we need an opaque object, and the screen to see the shadow. Right? What is screen? This is a surface on which shadow is formed. It may be a butter paper or the simple ground or the simple white background wall. Yes or no? So if you have the white
Yes,
wall,
Yes, sir.
you can see the shadow clearly. If it's any other color now, you cannot see the shadow properly, right? Because obviously the shadow will be always black in color itself. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Is there any other color formation is done with the help of shadows?
No, sir.
Sir, no, sir.
No, sir.
So if you have the good white background now, you can see it clearly. So all the space
Sir, it
behind
can
the opaque,
happen, sir, sometimes.
it can happen.
Sir, when two different light colors are there.
Yeah, then you have to do the experiment and you have to tell me. Will you show that?
Sir, I didn't understand, sir. Can I?
No, I asked like the shadow is always will form the dark in color only, right? Like black in color itself.
Yes, sir.
But Ashwat said no, sir. It can have the different color also.
How can it have, sir?
Sir, when two different light colors are.
So he has given the explanation part like, okay, we can have the 2 different colors of the light so that it will form the different colored shadow.
Yes, sir.
So is it possible?
No.
No. Ashwat, only we have the only one color shadow. If you want to try, you can try and tell me.
Okay, sir.
Okay.
Sir, do not have some rainbow color shadows.
Sorry.
Sir, it will not have some rainbow color shadows, sir.
Oh, rainbow is the shadow. WebGR.
Yes, sir.
No, it's not the reflection. It's not the shadow. It's the reflection of the sun rays and the water
Shadow.
droplets in the air, right?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Then image formed by the pinhole camera. And Ashwath will explain this part completely.
Sir, images formed by a pinhole camera are upside down. Here is a picture showing the path of rays coming. Okay, sir. Sir, there is a small hole in kind of box kind of thing. So when we place it in front of an object, the light ray coming from the top of the object will go to the bottom inside when it goes through the hole, and the bottom ray will go to the top. That's why it will come inverted, sir.
That's all. Simple explanation part. Good. What about Raymond?
Yes, sir.
Can you explain what is pinhole camera?
Pinhole camera is nothing but means it's a box in which we keep a pinhole and we'll keep light and the object's image will form in the inverting side, sir.
Just we'll take the two different cardboards, right? Just wait a minute. I'll check it when a pinhole camera possibility is there here.
Sir, that one, yeah, it's a cardboard carton.
Yeah, cardboard. Sorry, 1 minute. What happened?
I think you did something.
I didn't do anything. Just I was scrolling. Okay.
Oh, okay, sir. I thought you moved something, sir.
Wait. Okay, you know already pinhole camera, right? Just we'll
Yes,
take the
sir.
two different cardboards and we'll make a small hole into that. And when we are moving the one cardboard or when we are sliding the one cardboard onto the other, what will happen when you are seeing the object? The object will appear bigger or the smaller in size. But we can see that object in the inverted position, not in the correct position, right?
Yes, sir.
So when you
Or
see the
upside down.
object with the help of the pinhole camera, we can see the object on the hole or on the butter paper in the inverted position.
Sir, upside down.
That is the upside down. Okay. So if possible, I'll show some video on that on the last. But it will not form the erect image. It always will form the invert image on the butter paper.
Sir, last time you showed us a picture of a tree, right?
Yeah. We have seen the picture of tree on the video, right? We have seen already
Yes,
video
sir.
on this.
Yeah.
So next one is a rectilinear propagation. What is the meaning of rectilinear? Linear means what?
Straight line.
Straight line,
Sir,
sir.
straight.
So always the light travels in the straight line. If any obstacles also come in between, it will deviate and again will goes in the straight line itself. In whatever
Sir.
angle it is.
So deviate means what, sir?
Suppose whenever you're keeping you will take a sunrays are falling.
Okay.
Sunrays are falling from the mirror from the window onto the mirror. What will happen? What the mirror will do? It will reflect the light in
It will
different
reflect
directions,
the
right?
light.
Again, the
sir.
light will go in only in the straight path, right? After the reflection
Yes.
also,
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
the light will not go in the curved path and all, right?
Yes, sir.
If
Sir,
you take the
what's that?
laser, if the light will not travel in the curved path, right?
Sir, curved?
Curved path.
Yes,
means
sir, it won't.
curves. Suppose if you take the laser
It
beam
won't.
of light, if you take the laser beam, whatever the distance it will goes only in the straight line. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Rectilinear.
That is only the rectilinear propagation. So light always travel in the straight line. So that motion is called as a rectilinear propagation. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Then image formed by a plane mirror. Simple. Just take one mirror in your home and see your face. You can tell me what are the properties you can see in that. So Hana,
Yes, sir.
Sir, it will be upside down. I mean, flipped.
upside down.
Sir, I said flipped. Sir, flipped, sir.
What about the image formed by a plane mirror? So Hana,
No, flip.
flip up.
Sir, can I show it, sir? because I have mirror here.
Sir, flip.
See,
Flip? No, you can't call it as a flip. What flip? So generally, if you take the mirror and if you see we are as an object. So whatever the image forming on the mirror, that is the image, right? The image always will have the
Yes, sir.
lateral inversion. Lateral inversion means what? Left side will appear as the right side. The right side of the object will appear as a left side. The
Left.
name it is called as a lateral inversion. You have to use the term called as a lateral inversion. Okay.
Yeah.
You have to use the term
Yes, sir.
Lateral inverted. Inversion.
lateral
Inversion.
inversion. The next one, the image is erect. Erect means it not show any upside down and all.
Yeah.
Okay. It will not show any upside down. The image will be same erect position. And but just you can see the laterally inverted. That means the left side of the object appears as the right side. The right side of the object appears as the left side.
Left side.
But whether the color of the object will change in the mirror.
No,
Whether
sir.
no, right? The color remains the same in the image formation by the plane mirror. So these are the some features. Understanding?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So this is the car. When you see in the plane mirror, it will happen the reverse lateral inversion.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Just now we discussed about the luminous objects, mirror, opaque, pinhole camera, right?
Yes, sir.
Then what is the meaning of reflection of light? What is the meaning of reflection of light?
Sir, for example, mirror, if any light will come, it will reflect to us. That is called a reflection of light, sir.
Yeah, good.
It will bounce off of something, then go to the mirror.
Sorry.
So the light will bounce off of something, then go to the mirror and reflect.
Okay, the light will bounce off from the surface, smooth surface, and I will come back into the same medium.
Yes, sir.
Okay, see, when the ray of light falls on the smooth and the polished surface, light returned back into the same medium is called as a reflection.
Yes, sir.
When the ray of light falls on the smooth and the polished surface, so light returned back in the same medium is called as a reflection of
Reflection of
light. So same medium means what? The first thing. What is the meaning of same medium?
Means in the same path, sir.
No. What's the meaning of same medium? Suppose how everyone is in the room, right?
Sir.
Everyone is there in your homes or in your rooms.
Sir, I'm in the
Suppose-
living room.
If you are in living room or the kitchen, okay, no problem. But you are in the inside the room itself, right?
Yes, sir.
There is no different mediums, right? Like half of the room is water and half of the room is empty air and all.
No,
It's
sir.
nothing
No,
like that, right?
No, sir.
So
No,
if the
sir.
complete room is only the one that is filled with air only, that is the same medium. If you allow the light onto the mirror, again it will come back and fall into the other same room, right?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
So when a ray of light falls on the smooth and the polished surface area, it will reflect or return back into the same medium is called as a reflection. Suppose you have taken the half glass of water. And now you are allowing the light onto the surface of the water. What will happen?
It will refract.
It will reflect, sir.
It will
It will
reflect or
refract.
refract?
Refract.
Refract. Refract means what? Whenever the ray of light is falling on the surface, it is going into the different medium, right? The light will go into inside the the light will go inside the water. So it is transferring from one medium to other medium. From the open atmosphere to the water, it is transferring. That is a refraction. Understanding?
Yes, sir.
So if it is reflecting in the same medium, that is a reflection.
Reflection.
So incident ray and reflected ray, what is these two rays? What is the meaning of incident ray? What is
Sir,
the meaning of incident ray?
sir,
Incident ray.
incident.
Yeah.
Sir, I don't know, sir.
Even I don't know, sir.
Pragna.
Incident.
Pragna.
Incident.
What is the meaning of incident ray? Reflected ray. You can see in the picture itself right here clearly.
Sir, excuse me, sir.
Yeah, Drona. Good evening.
Sir, the instant ray is the action, sir, and the reflected ray is the reflection of the action, sir.
Okay, it is good in the common language, but in the science,
Sir,
how we can say that?
incident means light falling on the surface and separating.
Yes, sir, it's separate.
Incident ray
separating
means what?
means it is in some object the light will fall and it will separate the two medium.
It is a ray of light coming from the source and falling on the surface of some object, right?
Yes, sir.
Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
It is a ray of light coming from the source. The source means what? It can be torchlight, or it can be
Torchlight, sun.
Sun.
or any bulb or the sun. Okay. So it is coming from the source and falling on the surface of some object.
Yes,
Now, what the surface is doing? It is reflecting the light in the same medium.
reflecting. Yes, sir.
So this is that ray of light is called as a reflected ray.
Reflected. Yes, sir.
The ray of light which is coming from the after the reflection from the surface of the medium is called as a reflected ray. Incident ray means what?
It will come and path and it will.
It will come in the parts.
Will come in a path and it will fall on.
It's a ray of light coming from the origin to the surface of some object. Clear or any doubts in this?
Sir, incident ray, that much I don't understand.
Incident ray means what? It's a ray of light.
Sir, incident ray is a ray.
Okay. It's a ray of light coming from the source. It's a ray of light coming from the source of the light to the surface of some objects.
Means the sun rays are also incident rays.
Yeah. Sunrays are the incident rays. Once it fall on the surface of the earth, what is happening? It is reflecting back, right?
Yes, sir.
That is a reflected ray. Suppose you have taken the one torch light. Just you are allowing the torch light to fall on the mirror.
Yes, sir.
That initial
is
ray is called as an
again
incident ray. But after
that
that falling on the mirror,
the ray which is coming from torch is called incident ray and it is reflected back is called reflected ray, sir.
yeah,
Yes, sir.
good. Understand now?
Yes, sir. I've cleared all my doubts.
Yeah. Drona? Clear, Drona?
Yes, sir.
Then shadow, translucent object. You know about the translucent, right?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Which will allow only the partial
some
amount
parts,
of light.
Some part,
rays.
sir. It
It
would
will
be a
allow only
little
the
blur, sir.
partial
Butter
amount of
paper.
light. Butter?
Example, paper.
Butter paper. Okay. Next. Any other examples?
Oil paper.
Oil paper. Okay. Good. So butter paper or the oil paper or the example for the translucent substance. Just wait a minute. So transparent also you know, opaque also you know. If you have any doubts on this, you can ask me.
No, sir.
Shall we go to next topic?
Sir,
Source of light.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, translucent.
translucent will allow only some light.
Yes. Only some light it will allow. Translucent, like butter paper, if we keep under sun, it will allow only some part of the light to fall on the ground. So I've done this experiment like in the real. Yes,
Oh, you have done the already experiment.
sir. Actually, in my school, that was my homework, sir. Last
Okay.
week.
So Drona, what is the special today? Remaining people, please be calm.
Nothing much, sir.
Nothing much.
Yes, sir.
Oh, it's a routine day. Just
Yes,
morning breakfast,
actually, it's
afternoon
not a
lunch.
routine day, sir. My uncle came from America, sir, today.
Okay.
After 3 years. After 3 years.
Okay. So I'm asking nothing like that about your personal things. Just I'm asking about the importance of any subject like science we are discussing today, right?
Yes, sir.
Anything related to science today? Is it important for science?
Nothing much, sir.
Science day. Drona, it's a science day.
Oh, actually didn't know, sir.
Oh,
Oh
Today
no.
is science.
Okay.
yeah.
So today is the National Science Day, right?
Yes, sir.
Sir, is
So-
our punishment we don't get quiz, sir.
Yeah, good idea.
Sir, we want, sir. We
Sir,
want,
sir,
sir.
sir. We
I
want,
want.
sir. Sorry, sir.
No.
Sir,
We
please
didn't
give, sir.
recognize what is the importance of today in the science itself. Then why you
Sir,
want to have
please,
the
sir,
quiz?
give us quiz, sir.
Okay, we'll have the
Give us
special
quiz.
quiz today. Like
Yes, sir.
it's not a regular quiz. About the science,
Yes,
they
sir.
will ask you some questions about the science.
Yes, sir.
Okay, not a regular topic quiz and all.
Sir, just give us
Sir,
some
I'm
quiz.
so excited, sir.
Ah, so
Yes,
first
sir.
we'll finish.
I'm
Remaining
so
3
excited.
minutes is there, right? We'll finish off this and then we'll go for the quiz. So you know about the transparent, translucent, and opaque, right? Any doubts in this?
Yes, sir. No, sir. We don't have
Okay.
it.
Propagation of light. So what is the meaning of propagation of light?
Light traveling in a straight bar. Um, Sir, can you give me some time, sir?
Yeah. So already I'm highlighting some important point here. What is the meaning of propagation of light? You can read that line, you can understand, you can tell me that.
Means light falling on some source and it is going to separate, like, sir? Spread, separate.
Whether Ashwath's screen is stuck or he is moving.
Sir, stuck.
Sir?
Okay.
Ah,
I thought
Sir, now can you see me, sir?
I can see you, no issue at all, but you are not even closing the eyes or not even
Sir,
moving the little
I'm
bit also.
thinking about the ray of light beam parallel and the beam, sir. Sir, if in the B picture, beam or the beam of parallel rays are there, right, sir? In a C bit, C1, it's not parallel.
See is the
Yeah.
point where the source of light is coming. Suppose you have taken the torch
Sir, but
light. The torch light, the light will travel in all the different directions, right? Yes or no?
yes, sir. Sir, but it's sir, but in the second picture, it's parallel, right, sir?
This is a laser. You can take the laser, a beam of parallel rays only. The light will travel only in the straight line. You can see the different types of torches, right? Suppose you have taken the olden days vehicle. The light will fall always. The
What,
headlights
sir?
will all.
Old?
If you take the olden days cars and car,
Oh,
okay, the headlights will have the V-shaped format, right? The light will move in the V-shaped.
yes, sir.
But now
Yes,
you
sir.
have the LED lights. So
They
in
are the
the
3D,
V-shape,
yes, sir.
no, right? It will come only in the straight path.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Have you noticed this change when you are moving in the
Yes,
car
sir.
in the night
Yes,
time?
sir.
So
Sir,
the
I
Sir,
have
but
a
V-shaped is
round,
better, sir.
are there in the headlights. So they will form the V-shaped curve.
Okay.
But if nowadays completely it's the LED bulbs, right? So it not form the V
LED,
shape,
sir,
instead
yes,
of that it will form the straight path only.
like straight path, yes.
Yeah, that's what. So this is the only single ray of light. These are the group of ray of lights which are traveling in the straight path or parallel rays. Okay.
Sir, because today is Science Day, will we get
That you won't forget on the time, but you will forget remaining everything.